So Wimbledon kick off to throw down the gauntlet to their illustrious visitors this afternoon. May trying to drop it over the top for Cantona. Jones couldn't get it away. Here's Keane, they've got him behind Thatcher. Irwin, flag has gone up, possibly against Cantona by the far post. And such is the noise at Selhurst Park. But Andy Clark didn't hear the whistle. Keane knocked it off quickly. Cross came in, and there was Cantona, as you can see, just too far forward as Irwin played it into the centre. High by May, not too far away. Oh, and it was very fortunate for Wimbledon that Perry got to that, because if Scholes had done so, Cantona was all alone on this near side. But this is Scholes. Trying to get in behind Earl, but there's a little too much on the pass. That sort of backtracking by a defensive midfield man, as Robbie Earl was doing then, something that Newcastle didn't do well in the Charity Shield. That's very much an English incident. Clark. Thatcher finding some acceleration to get there, and the referees do have now extra dispensation to let the play go on for advantage. But David Elleray was concerned about the nature of that challenge. And even though Wimbledon were chasing the ball into the corner, they have a free kick. Jones and Thatcher. Robbie Earl's very good at pulling round the back in these situations, but the ball's got to be deeper than that. Perry. Earl's touch was a sure one. Gale. Here's Kenny Cunningham, 4 in the centre for Wimbledon. Leonardson, who's definitely a goal threat on the edge of the area, got the power, but far too much height as the ball dropped. Voted player of last season by the Wimbledon fans. Karol Poborski waiting on the Manchester United bench. 5 substitutes named this season in the Premier League, of which 3 can be used. Keane accelerating and leaving Jones. He's doing his best to track the run, but Keane's cut across him brilliantly. But 1 or 2 options to the left. Cantona! He starts where he left off. A truly thumping drive into the top corner, coming in the 25th minute. And the defending champions are a goal to the good against Wimbledon. And Eric Cantona took the chance in great style. Well, a little tough on Wimbledon, who without actually calling the tune were having a good deal of the ball well forward. Well, a player who will forever be associated with Selhurst Park for other reasons. Adds a goal here to the 2 he scored in the 4-2 win for Manchester United against Wimbledon in February. And Roy Keane roaring down the right-hand side in the outset of that attack. Very much involved in setting up the play. Gale. Well, it was, I think, 6 times in 38 games in the league last season, only 6 at Wimbledon, shut out the opposition. And they've conceded their first goal of the new campaign to an illustrious team and an illustrious player. The way Wimbledon are playing with 3 in the middle of midfield, Manchester United do get more of the ball, particularly Cruyff on the left. Doesn't have an immediate marker. Although Kenny Cunningham will certainly track him when he gets into the opposing half. Cunningham has pushed on like a number of Wimbledon players here at this free kick. Manchester United have everyone behind the ball. McAllister will take it. Really into the pack towards Jones, and oh! Well, Schmeichel somehow smothered it. That was the most awkward moment for the defending champions so far defensively, caused by Vinnie Jones' flick and Robbie Earle's reading of it. But the sheer size of Schmeichel kept Wimbledon out. You can sense some of the players just feeling the heat. With 10 minutes to go to half-time. Beckham. He doesn't come into that category, still looking very busy indeed. But as that ball dropped, no one from Wimbledon was making a challenge on Phil Neville. Had plenty of time, well forward, to get the ball under control, as has Keane here. And Cruyff can hit them with either foot. That was one with the right. Here's a chance on the left, and Sullivan saved it as he tried to just clip it past the goalkeeper as he came off his line. It was a crucial stop from Neil Sullivan to deny Jordi Cruyff his first goal in the English league. Over McAllister from Beckham. Ronnie Johnson actually started his career as a striker. He's been signed as a defender. Here he is coming on to just play a holding role in midfield in front of May and Pallister. Holdsworth, Leonardson, Marcus Gale. It was an opportunity, particularly on his left foot. But it needed real care in the execution. And he got badly underneath it. Holdsworth. Jones, Gale in the centre for the long ball. Now veering to the right. Looking for support from Clark. Oh, and Andy Clark went in with a foot up then. And David Ellery, who hasn't been called upon to dispense justice really, it hasn't been that sort of first half, will step in here. Pallister got to the ball. And Clark got to the man. And that's the last act of the first 45 minutes. The joy for Alex Ferguson. So far, Manchester United in control, but they know as well as anyone you can take nothing for granted when Wimbledon are the opposition. It's Beckham. Leonardson. Holdsworth trying to get in behind Pallister, but in the end recognising that Schmeichel was going to get there first. If he'd made a real challenge, Schmeichel actually was outside the area, might have possibly been forced into a mistake. The goalkeeper was able to move back into sanctuary. Now Jordi Cruyff against Perry, who was pressured into handling it. It wasn't as though he was the last defender, so it's the free kick and nothing else. Perry believing that he was pushed onto the ball by the Dutchman. Now David Beckham always fancies free kicks from this type of angle. Just moving the ball a little bit, maybe to try and catch out the Wimbledon wall, which needs to be firm. Sullivan pretty much in the centre of his goal, prepared to go either way. Here goes Beckham, and Sullivan's got to move to his right, just in case it dropped a further inch or two. Well, there is so much to the game of young David Beckham, and if he stays fit, He really could develop into one of the main characters of the drama that lies ahead. When you think it's only Wimbledon's 20th season in league football, and this is the 11th in the top division. And here they are looking for an equaliser with Holsworth. And a good touch on from Gale. The direct route, but the effective route. Gale higher than Irwin. Holsworth quickly across there, leading the race with Pallister in behind May. Jones. And although Schmeichel probably could have picked it up, David May decided to knock it away. So again, Manchester United expecting a long one, neglected to deal with the short one, and Jones had an opportunity to put in a decent cross then, and he didn't take it. McAllister. Oh, that's a great header by Earl. Robbie Earl finished with 14 goals last season, many of them with late darts into the penalty area like this one. And Schmeichel knew it was close enough for him to commit himself to the dive. It was a foot or so the wrong side of the post from Wimbledon's point of view. Ronnie Johnson, the substitute for Butt. And Wimbledon piling in. Free kick the outcome. Cruyff. This is Cantona and Keane looking to craft something here. They've got Dennis Irwin to involve as well. Having been defending, Manchester United broke to get the first goal of the game. They do the same again here with Irwin. They've got a great chance. They've got it. And Dennis Irwin supplies some insurance here at Selhurst Park in the 12th minute of the second half. They picked their passes, and then Irwin rather kidded Sullivan that he was going across goal and drilled it in at the near post. Top quality play after Wimbledon were doing their best to rally. So the Irishman adds to the goal from the Frenchman in the first half. Look at Sullivan start to move, and it was a really big gap that he won't be too pleased to see, the Wimbledon goalkeeper. Clark. It's Gale's shot. Manchester United don't give you too many sights of goal, and when there's a shooting opportunity, it really is beholden to the team trying to close this gap to be as accurate as possible. Remember, Gale skied one in the first half, but Marcus Gale is onside here. Andy Clark in the middle, Gale's on his weaker foot, and Schmeichel didn't leave a gap by his left-hand post, and neither did Gale attack the ball with the power that Irwin did in the similar position at the other end a few moments ago. Jordi Cruyff. Might be some pickings here for Manchester United. The decision is a corner. Cruyff bursting between the two, but I think the foot belonged to Perry in the end. The goalkeeper was straining up to get a touch as well. Gale. Past his head. Oh, it's Leonardson! And that was a wonderful moment, maybe the moment for Wimbledon, and they couldn't take advantage of it. Alistair could only flick the ball up in the air towards his own goal, and the midfield man with a very good scoring record, Øyvind Leonardsen, came in as it dropped. You could see the whites of the goalpost, the whites of Schmeichel's eyes, but he couldn't put the white of the ball into that net. Cantona. Cruyff to take on Perry's pass. Perry, Jordi Cruyff. Well, Sullivan guessed the right way. It was all down to the goalkeeper for Wimbledon then. Great play by the Dutchman to get in at goal. It lacked only the finish. Cantona. Covering Jonsson, but Keane wins it back from Jones. Could be another one on here for Roy Keane against the bar. Well, twice in a matter of seconds, Manchester United could have improved their position. Roy Keane rattling the crossbar, and just before that, Neil Sullivan making an excellent stop after Jordi Cruyff had worked his way through in eye-catching manner. Holsworth. Well, Schmeichel knew what he was doing. He pulled away knowing that it was going wide. Well, taking on the last defender. It's a great quality, and Cruyff did that superbly. But in the battle of wits with the goalkeeper, Sullivan won. Well, for Wimbledon, you feel all that's left now is the satisfaction of maybe getting one goal against such illustrious opposition. And Owen determined to deny them that if he can. But, Clark got the better of him. Ekoku. It's a corner. And Schmeichel telling Jordi Cruyff to stay well upfield. Certainly the way Wimbledon have been taking their corners recently. Schmeichel's been served better than the Wimbledon teammates in the centre. But that was better, and it was McAllister who had plenty to aim at and put it off target when a consolation goal was certainly in the offing. Manchester United dropped their guard. There's the time for Manchester United with Beckham! That's absolutely brilliant. Take a bow, David Beckham. A goal you'll see over and over again. From inside his own half, was it? Certainly on the halfway line. The point of contact, marginally this side of the halfway line. And that is truly outstanding from, and I'm delighted to say it, an English player. Pelé, Di Stefano, Johan Cruyff, who's here to see it, Platini, all the greats have tried that from time to time. David Beckham has done it, and Manchester United lead by 3-0. The champions have made a winning start to the defence of their title, and at the end of the game, a really glorious goal from David Beckham. One it was a privilege to be here to see. It didn't, in truth, make a great deal of difference to the outcome. Already goals either side of half-time from Cantona and from Irwin had sewed up the points for Manchester United. But Beckham's blow from just inside his own half, summing up what Manchester United are really all about, undermining Wimbledon's worthy attempt to bridge the huge gap in resources between the two clubs. Much talk about an emphasis on Europe at Old Trafford in the months ahead, but domestically they are still the side to beat. Wimbledon couldn't manage that on this opening day of the 1996-97 Premiership campaign. Wimbledon 0, Manchester United 3, and David Beckham, amidst it all, will never forget today.